everyone's saying it's fake news. This comes from.
Oh, how do I? All right, guys. I'm just going to put Uncle in. Bring Uncle in.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, Uncle. All right. How you doing? Hey, what a day, eh? What
I am
a
buzzing,
day.
man. I am buzzing. I am buzzing.
But have you
This is
heard
the
about this
best
stuff with
transfer
Mark
window
Gay?
ever. Sorry?
Uncle, have you heard this stuff with Mark Gay?
Yeah, I heard it, but it shouldn't affect it because we've really
No.
agreed,
But they're now saying that they've moved on from that. Mark Gay, he can go ahead with his medical. Some people are saying he's had the medical already, but there are also links saying that I was on Jamie Phillips's show before, and they were talking about it on there. And so I think that's still going to go ahead. As you say, I don't see why that would affect it anyway. Really,
it shouldn't really.
It doesn't make no sense to me.
It doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like for instance, they sort of like excuse me, sorry. If somebody sells you a car, you agree to buy the car, and obviously you agreed the money and all that. Now you're gonna do the bank transfer, but then because they couldn't get the car that sort of like they want to get, they're trying to tell you that the deal's off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or to hold on. Do you know what I mean? That's got nothing to do with you. That's got nothing to do with you. You've agreed a deal for the car. You're gonna do the bank transfer, so it's got nothing to do with it. That's the same thing with Gay. We agreed the price. Do you know what I mean? They said he can go ahead with the medical because, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, the medical's actually done. The medical,
exactly.
I heard the medical's actually done. So they can't come out and sort of like say, well, blah 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? But listen, mate, what
big up, Ravi. Yeah, what a window. Yeah, what a window. As Ravi put there, we are a dangerous team now.
Yeah, we are. Because there's still a possibility of one more coming through. There's a possibility because it was put out yesterday, if Harvey Elliott gets sold or goes, there could be a surprise signing.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Broke on Friday that we're looking into Morgan Rodgers. Where's Harvey Elliott gone? He's gone to Aston Villa on loan, isn't he?
Yeah.
So there could be something done there, really,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't rule it out, can you?
Do you know, I was watching Sky Sports earlier and they had that Christian Purslow guy on.
Oh yeah.
And he was saying on there that basically Liverpool have moved dangerously. He said this is dangerous. He said they are so dangerous what they're doing. They're so ahead of the game to everyone else because next year the PSR and fair play rules are all going to change and stuff like that. But we're already getting ahead of the game because although we've spent a lot of money, we've also brought a lot of money in. And if you look, Arsenal, Man United are in absolute queer streets because they've been spending money and they're not selling anyone. They're either on a loan or whatever because they've got such high wages, no one wants to buy them. But we've got a better net spend than Arsenal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Better net spend than them.
Go figure. They spent over $1 billion. Listen, they spent $1.5 billion. Yeah. Over $1 billion, and they still ain't won nothing. I'm not going to win anything this season. Not playing like that like they did yesterday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you see?
But I tell you, I wouldn't want to. I definitely wouldn't want to play poker with Richard Hughes. Would you?
Well, he's proved me wrong. He's proved me wrong. He's proved me wrong because I didn't think he was a good enough sporting director for Liverpool, but he's proved me wrong.
No.
He's been wrong.
Let's just break down this Isak deal, right? So, okay, we don't know exactly what went on in terms of when maybe Isak said he wanted to leave and wasn't going to sign a new contract and all that. I'm talking about even before this current season we just had, he was mentioning it even back then, you know, that I want to leave next year. I've been promised stuff. It hasn't happened. So I want to leave. You know, he was mentioning this apparently a year before. So when we bring it forward to this year, he mentioned it again in February. And February, I understand from my sources, is when we started getting a handle on the fact that he wanted to leave. And that's where our interest started to come in around that sort of time. We knew this summer we were going to go after Isak because he weren't happy. So we then started all of that negotiations going on. Obviously, chats were had with Eddie Howe and what have you. But also, Uncle, on top of that, if you think about it, the mistake that actually Newcastle made was they said, oh, it's 150 million. Well, no, first of all, they said he's not for sale. But then they gave that little bit of a thing there of this 150 million thing, which they've run with the whole entire summer. But Liverpool knew his real value and what he would really cost. So what they've done is they just let it run right down. We all were thinking, what are Liverpool doing? Why are they not going back in with another bid? You know, so many channels were talking about that. So many fans were on about that. And even myself, I was questioning it a little bit. But I was thinking to myself, but surely we need to, this guy's gone strike. He's been training alone. He's given our personal. Now we've gone full in on. You know, why are we not putting a bid in? But this was all because we were winding it down. So when it got to the point where, this point where there was no time left, they only had like two choices really, which was to keep him and say, well, blow you, we're not selling him, and then have an unhappy player and lose the valuation of him either in January or the summer, and him not playing basically, and they still have to bring in their own strikers anyway because they know he's not going to play, or take this deal which we gave him for this 125 million, and which is not the 150 that they wanted. That's what I'm saying. Richard Hughes, and I don't know whether Michael Edwards is involved in it as well, probably. I wouldn't want to play poker with him because that's some game right down to the last minute.
It's a masterclass, really. It's a masterclass of a transfer.
It is,
really,
yeah.
When you think about it, even both of them, like Isak and Mark Gay, because the things about it, right? They played poker to them because you think about it, right? Crystal Palace had to sell because then they run a risk of like not getting nothing for him next summer. Do you know what I mean? And like really good defender like that, you cannot afford not to get any money for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Ravi's got a question there. Thoughts on why Newcastle was stalling? Well, I think in the beginning they've never really wanted to get rid of Isak. Obviously, he's their star player. That's clear. And I think they underestimated just how much he would actually push for a move. Because actually, I'll be honest with you, Isak's come out so bad in all of this. He looks bad, you know. He's done this. He's tried to agitate a move. But Isak actually is a really lovely guy. I've heard that from so many sources and so many people that the actual person, Alexander Isak, is one heck of a lovely guy. And in fact, this morning at the press conference for Sweden, the manager for Sweden backed that up and said you can't actually wish to meet a nicer person than him, you know. So I think between Liverpool, I'm not saying that Liverpool asked him to go on strike and do all of them things, but between the agent, Liverpool, and the player, it was made clear to Isak if he wants to get out. If Isak had gone on the tour, had done all the things like Gahey's done, for example, right, which is just to basically say, look, I'm not signing a new contract. I want to leave, and the negotiations going on in the background. In this particular deal with this club, with the owners they have, the Saudi owners, this deal would never have taken place. They would have agitated, kept him. He had to do the forceful thing. But in answer to your question, I think the main reason, in my opinion, maybe Uncle's got a different version of it, but in my opinion, I think it's purely because they underestimated just how much Isak would agitate the move.
Yeah?
You know, that's what I think. So I don't know. Is that what you think as well, Uncle? Or have you got a different idea on that?
No. I think you're right, because the fact is, in the day, it's like knowing how sort of like Newcastle have played it so far anyway, one would think that sort of like if he said, all right, then you know what, I'm going to go on the tour, I'm going to do what I need to do in there for that to make myself look, you know, not the villain, as it were. Do you know what I mean? Right? I'll do this, I'll do what they say to do. They wouldn't let him go. They wouldn't let him go. Or another worst case scenario, he could have picked up an injury. He could literally have picked up an injury. So there is all that to think about. But like he's played it exactly the way he should play it. Because I think what he did, what's actually happened, he's had a friendly conversation and they with the hierarchy as such and say, look, this is what I want to do for this season and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I want to go because X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna know the real reasons behind why, you know. Obviously, the real reason why he wants to go, one of the reasons, obviously, it's career, but you know, we don't know what they talked about. Do you know what I mean? All we know at the end of the day, he's asked to leave. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Right? Now, he could have had a friendly conversation, and it was a friendly conversation because if it wasn't, he would have asked to put something in writing. Yeah? And because he never asked to put something in writing, right? He trusted that it's a friendly conversation. He trusted the fact that they would honor that, you know, agreement. Do you know what I mean? So he just kicked back. Do you know what I mean? Then when it comes down to sort of like the fact that well, you know, Liverpool are in for me. They just won the league, they're champions. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool are in for me. I know I could do stuff there, right? Well, now's my time to go then. So he's gone back to and said, look, you know, there's Liverpool interested in me. I want to go. And that's when I start kicking it off us. You know what I mean? Because one of the reasons that you got to realize today, right? Ease that coming to Liverpool is a madness. I'm telling you, it's a madness. And don't think the whole of the Premiership did not know at the end of the day, if Isaac goes to Liverpool, they're going to win everything. Because you think about it, Think about it. Last season at the day, right, we had half the squad than what we got now. Yeah? And we still won the league. You know what I mean? With the additions that we brought in, right, with additions that we brought in and stuff, right, we can clean up. Now, they know this. And they don't want any other team other than, well, they can't have Man United anymore because they're in the mud. So they picked a Man City. And then they picked a Chelsea as well, right? It's always been this vendetta. Ever since, because me and my friend was talking about this. You know what I mean? And it's not a conspiracy. It's facts. Ever since that Premiership competition was built, they changed the name, you know, made it Barclays Premiership and this and that. Ever since they've done that, it's been personally against Liverpool Football Club. It's been against Liverpool Football Club. The narrative is Liverpool do not succeed. You know what I mean? But we fought and we fought and we fought. This is why I love this great club, because we do not stop fighting. All those bad years and the day that we've had, like bad players, getting bad decisions, playing bad games and this and that. Listen, we fought and we fought. And look where we're here now. And look where Man United is now. 15 plays in the day, right? There's 15 plays in the league last season. This season and they hasn't started off really good for them. Lost one, drew one, and just won one the other day by the skin of their teeth. Do you know what I mean? So this is what people got to realize at the day when they talk about the Isaac deal in the day, right? There's certain elements involved in trying to sort of like scupper that deal. Do you know what I mean? You had them all talking on Sky Sports, Talk Sports, and all them sort of thing there, and every one of them was talking negative. Alan Shearer was talking negative. So Michael Owen pointed out to him, because hang about, you want to do the same thing to get to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? You want to do the same thing when you heard that Liverpool was interested in you. So what is the difference? Do you know what I mean? You know? But I'm glad that lad's here because he's a lovely guy, and I'm telling you today, he's gonna score bags and bags goal for us. That's John Barnes coming back again.
Yeah, he will.
You know what I mean?
And you know something? The way we've started the season and everything, I'm not in the slightest bit worried about any of it, because there's been reports like how we've been originally. We was quite bad at the back. First of all, we was bad on transition. Then we were bad defensively, like against Newcastle. And then in this game, some people have mentioned, in the first half we weren't that good. I reckon the first half, Arnie Slot was making a statement to say to people, we can defend, because we didn't let nothing go near us. How many corners did we defend in that first half? You know what I mean? We showed what we can do if we want to be. We want to defend, we can defend. And that's what we showed them. And the point is, we've had a lot of players come in, and it will take time for them all to gel, to get that harmony. Can you imagine, though, we're sitting on 9 points at the top of the league. We've not even been like, I wouldn't even say we're even 60% of where we're going to be, in terms of our pick. You know what I mean? And another thing, which I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he's quite connected with the Dutch football side. And he was saying to me that Arnie Slot is big on the amount of minutes of players, and also coming into full fitness and coming into the best play. They don't want it to really happen until that like November, December time. So what they want to do is try and pick up as many points as you can now. And then when you come into the full fitness, when everyone's getting knackered, that's when you kick on. Alex Ferguson was very good at that. They used to play a bit rubbish. They started off rubbish. Even Pep, in the leagues, they won leagues. You notice how they didn't start particularly well?
Yeah.
And if you notice how many pre-season games we had, we didn't have that many pre-season games like a lot of clubs.
No, we didn't.
Our pre-season games was only, you know what I mean? Because he wants them to, obviously he wants them to be match fit and fit. But what I mean is, it's that peaking. He wants them to peak in that busy period. That's what I was told. That's what he's done at other clubs. At Feyenoord.
The thing is about Arnie, so what he's actually done is cut down the amount of games you play in pre-season. He's cut that down, and to a reasonable amount of games, isn't he? He doesn't want you to sort of like knackered before you start the bloody first game of the season. Do you know what I mean? And one of the other reasons why he done that is because he knew that we had a Charity Shield as well. We had a Charity Shield game. It may be a nothing game, but you still want to represent in that game. So he's cut down a lot of this sort of like pre-season. Also as well, the amount of times that we train.
Yeah.
The amount of times we train, he's cut that down. So basically in the day, it's like we're not blowing up, we're not burning ourselves out. Do you know what I mean? Because what it was with young Cop, bless him, and it worked. His method did work. Do you know what I mean? Where he wanted sort of like the team to be super fit. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you can beat teams on just being fit. Do you know what I mean? You know. So he was very heavy on training and so forth. Do you understand? Which is one of them ones. But like Arnie Slot has done it a different way. He wants the team a bit more fresher. You know what I mean? A bit more fresher and not too burned out.
And that's why I think when like Ekatike, I'm not saying Ekatike and Isak can't play together, but I think that's another reason there, because Isak he's never been injury prone, as in having long injuries, but he picks up these niggles. And if he's got Ekatike there and to come in, or vice versa, or whatever it might be, he's got that cover either way. If he has to play them individually or whatever. I don't know what his plan's going to be yet, but probably to play them together. I don't know, with maybe Ekatike a bit out of the wider area. I'm not sure. It could be that they rotate, and that's the way it might work. We don't know, but yeah. So definitely, I think he's working that way. I think Gahey may have completely signed now. I've been seeing a few messages coming in.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Get in there.
They reckon it gets done at 6 o'clock. That's what I'm hearing. I've got a group chat. And so they're always updating things in there. But yeah, so but no, it's been a wonderful window. What's the highlight of the window for you, Uncle? What's been the highlight of the window for you? Is it Isak, or has it been one of the?
I think all of it.
Yeah,
I think all of it.
It's been amazing.
It's just a window. When you think about it, it's just a window that we've been screaming out for. It's just a window that we've always wanted, like identifying a player and going and getting that player. If you can't get a player, there's always a plan B and so forth. Because I was talking on the show yesterday, and I said, what people got to realize in the day, every player, right, that we have bought have wanted to come to Liverpool. You understand me? They want to come to Liverpool. And even a situation where, like, remember with the Vert situation? And then only stopped travel to France. I spoke to Ryan Cherky. He must have said to him, look, you know, he said something like, listen, we're after this, I ain't gonna lie, we're after this guy Verts, yeah? But you know what? If that doesn't work out, we'll be looking at you. You know what I mean? You are the right player profile for our club. But I'm not going to make any promises. We're going to obviously look at you when, you know, if we can't get Verts, if that deal collapse. You know what I mean? If Man City comes in for you, in the meantime, go. Don't wait for us. Just go. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? And that's what's happened. You know what I mean? We've always had a plan B lined up. You know what I mean? And when you think about it, even with this Newcastle situation, getting Isak, we pulled a masterclass. We've got two from them sort of like saying that you're not getting our player, right?
Well, I saw that video. Yeah. I saw that video you was playing earlier with that Newcastle guy.
Yeah,
who was saying that they're going to play 4-4-2.
Yeah. How did that work
4-4-2 with Isak and
Ekatike. How did that work
out? To that guy, yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like saying to that guy, if I ever spoke to him, I feel like saying, "Can we play 4-4-2 with them two?" Do you know what I mean? It's so funny. So funny.
No, but they thought they was going to get it all, have it all, and we said, "All right, you know what? You don't want to sort of say, Isak, we're gonna take Ekatike. We're gonna take one of your." You know what I mean? One of your guys that you're after. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only we're gonna do that, for your rudeness and your petulance, we're gonna come and take Isak, and that's what they've done. They've got the full set, bro.
Yeah.
Just imagine it. They sort of like Ekatike and Isak playing together. That's madness, bro. That's madness.
It's a brilliant
madness.
And the thing is, every single one of these players we brought in, they've all wanted, because I think the way Richard Hughes works, and even Michael Edwards before, even when he was sporting director, that was his actual main role. Their idea is to go to the player first and say, do you want to come to Liverpool? I think they say that before anything else. Yeah, and they get them to a point where they only want Liverpool, and then that's when they go in to the club and say, right, when the window opens, they say, right, you know, your player wants to come to us. Can we do a deal, etc., 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 so that it eliminates other clubs from coming in and trying to hijack the deal or whatever, because you've got the player to be so sold on you that you're the only one they want. And that was the same with Frimpong, with Kirkes, all these players. Isak, what was on the bottom of Fabrizio's message last night when he done the "Here we go"? At the bottom of it was he always only wanted Liverpool.
Yeah,
you see. And many people say he was meant to be an Arsenal fan. I don't know if I believe that, but people have said to me he used to be an Arsenal fan, but I'm not sure because he turned them. Apparently, he turned them down. They came in for him, and he turned them down. He said, "I just want Liverpool."
And he turned down Chelsea as well. Turned Chelsea down as well.
Yeah.
Chelsea tried to sniff around him. You know what Chelsea are like. They try to sniff around him, and now, man, I want Liverpool. All these players.
So no one has hijacked any of our deals because they've just wanted Liverpool, and I think that's the way we work.
And it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. It's hard to hide. It's hard to hijack a deal when a player's mind is set on going to that destination. It's a bit like Will Wright, that young striker we bought. Yeah. 17-year-old, right? Yeah. Like Arsenal was going to pay 300 grand for him, you know, right? And the deal was agreed, but Liverpool came in. Not only did he want to come to Liverpool, we got him for 100 grand less than what Arsenal was paying for him. Because what it is in the day, sort of like when he probably looked at Liverpool's academy, I'm thinking to myself, well, you know what? At the end of the day, right, I've got more of a chance of getting to the first team with these guys than what I have with Arsenal. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, and it's true because Liverpool's always been a person in the day, right? Always been a sort of like club, like if you're good enough, you're old enough. Do you know what I mean? They don't distinguish if you're good enough, you're old enough. You can only see that obviously with Rio Ngamoa. You know what I mean? They brought him in once or twice, and then he scores the winner the other day. Do you understand what I'm getting at? So he's probably seeing more of a clear pathway at Liverpool than what he sees to see at Arsenal. So then at the day, he's going to sign for Liverpool and for 100 grand less. So I mean, I think the structure that we got, right? I think the structure is always so important for your team, and the structure that we got at the moment today, right? It's just I'm buzzing because you know what it is today, right? Right. I think this transfer window is a very, very good transfer and one of the greatest transfer window.
It is. It is.
Premier League history. In Premier League history, right? Now, my argument is that today, right? There's still more to come. Because we talked about this before. Get all your major targets now, right? And then the next 2 years, all you have to do is just buy squad players.
Yeah.
Just buy squad players to make for the depth of your team. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, that's all you got to do. So you ain't got to go. The only time at the day that you got to go and buy some ballers is when Salah goes. I remember that they already got that. They've got that situation sorted out already because they're gonna go for is it Elise? Isn't it Elise?
Yeah.
They're
favourites. I heard we're actually favourites for him as well.
Yeah, and he's quality. He is a quality player.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And people got to realize that we bought a young defender, 18-year-old defender from Parma in Italy. These are all the cogs that they're putting in place to make Liverpool like it was in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, like a bastion. Like, you know, when you come to Anfield, we can put the fear inside you. You know what I mean? Imagine that day, like you come to Anfield and they roll out, and he got Isaac rolling out, Isaac, Frimpong, Kirkes, bloody Mark Gay, Ekatike. Do you know what I mean? If you get Morgan Rodgers, you know what I mean, as well. These players at the day are mixed in with us with the spine of the team that we've got already. That's put the fear into any team. I don't care who you are. You could be Real Madrid or Barcelona. That's gonna put the fear into you.
Yeah, it is just incredible. It really, really is. And of course, going back to the old teams, that's what it was. You know, even Shankly, he used to say when people come to Anfield, they have to fear it. I want them to fear coming there because, you know, like they've lost already before they've even stepped out onto the pitch. And that's what we're building now. We're building that kind of team that is just, they come out, they've got the crowd, and then they look out and they see all these, like you've been saying, you know, Isak, Ekatike, you know, Wirtz, and they're thinking, oh my gosh, you know, and they're almost defeated before they started. Exactly. So that's the amazing thing there, really, you know, it really, really is. Yeah. So I don't think that Mark Gahey will be long by the looks of it, from what I can see. Have you got any updates your side on Gahey?
Checking my phone. See if there's anything
just been looking through a little bit to see.
Let's see, I think a second.
Yeah.
Nothing yet. Breaking, they said Joe Gomez has agreed to a 2-year contract extension. Oh, get in there!
Oh, yeah, get in there.
Yes, mate. Yes.
Oh, that's brilliant, man.
Yes.
Do you know something? Do you know, I've got to be absolutely honest. When it comes to Isak, when it comes to Joe Gomez, I love that player so much.
Yeah.
Because whenever he's been fit, whenever he's been able to actually play any length of time or whatever, he's always given his all. He's always given everything, and he's a bloody good player. He's a really good player, you know, and he's so he can play across the back, really, you know. I've seen him playing at left back, at centre back, you know, and I mean, I don't know when he actually joined, but he's been there years now, hasn't he? What is it, 2015, 24?
Yeah, something. No, I think it might be before that.
Yeah, he's our longest serving player.
Yeah, he joined that as an 18-year-old. He was 18 years old when he joined. Remember, he came from Charlton, did he? And nobody knew it. Nobody really knew who this guy was. And he came from Charlton. And I remember one of the first games he played, and it was against Man United. And he literally just had no fear.
No,
he just had no fear.
And there was that year. There was that year where he was centre back partner with Virgil practically the whole year. It was a year where he didn't have many injuries, and they were. And we I think we conceded our less goals, at least with goals we haven't conceded.
We had a brilliant season that season. Defense,
and he's had so many injuries. The poor guy, you know. Cruciate broke. He had a break as well, didn't he? At one point, actually had a break. I'm sure. But he's been absolutely immense, and I love Joe Gomez. So if he signs an extension, that's brilliant news. You know, he come on and done that short cameo yesterday, and he was bloody brilliant, Gomez, wasn't he? Fantastic.
I've always rated him, and what I like about him as well, right? He's so humble. He's so humble. He's so humble and easygoing, and just like he doesn't let a lot of things bother him. You know what I mean? You know, even when they were trying to sell him off to Newcastle and other teams, but he's just like, it is what it is, isn't it? He's just so humble, and you know what I mean. And like, and you know, he's married and he's got kids now and everything like that, right? It couldn't happen to a better person, could it? He's such a world.
All I want is the main thing. What I've always wanted for Joe Gomez is if he could get a goal, I'd love him to score a goal. I don't know why if we're in high up. He hasn't scored yet. If he can actually, like, I don't know, say we've got a high scoreline in the game or something like that this season, I'd love to see him take a pen or something. It'd be brilliant if he's on the pitch. You know, I don't know if he'd do it, if he'd take it, but I'd love it. He'd probably be too scared of losing it, but I'd love it. I'd love to see him score. The copper go mad.
Yeah,
if he's
got to score a goal before he leaves. Before he leaves Liverpool, he's got to score.
Yeah, he's got to score a goal. Yeah, that's why he can't go anywhere. He can't go on loan. He can't be sold off. He's got to stay here till he scores.
So
I don't know. On my side, I haven't got anything really new happening at the moment that I can see. Even on the deadline day on Sky, it's not showing up much at the moment, so I don't know. But obviously, we know that the Gahey deal was very close. That's what they're reporting it here now. It's very, very close. Could be any moment now that gets done. And I watched their game the other night. No, last night. Was it yesterday? Yesterday. Yeah. And I just thought to myself, gosh, you know, if we can get this guy, he's an amazing player. He really is. He's phenomenal. You know, did you see that clearance he did he done a clearance off the line, off the striker in the first half. I think it was in the first half or second half. He took his goal. He actually scored the goal he scored. He took that so well. And I just thinking to myself, what a fantastic. And he's at the back there. He's sorting everybody out. He is the real captain at the back there as well, you know. So that means we've got another leader at the back.
Yeah.
You know?
It's all falling into place, isn't it? It's all falling into place.
It is, yeah.
And he's another humble guy as well, you know.
Very, very humble.
Another humble guy.
Very, very humble,
His dad's a preacher. His dad's a preacher.
Yeah, he didn't even want to go over to the fans afterwards and sort of say bye because he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure, will the deal definitely go through? What's going to happen? I think that was his thinking, you know. So he thought, I don't want to be, you know, he's so humble, like you say, he didn't even want to do it that way. So, but I think his way of saying bye was the goal.
Yeah, actually, that's a goal as well.
That's his way. Yeah.
Quality goal as well. You know what I mean? I just think, you know, like, I'm looking forward to having a partnership of Ibu and Gahey. That'll be, you know what I mean? That'll be a good partnership. And then you got what? They said you got what's it called? Gomez is right back as well. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Oh mate, I tell you what, man, it's just looking good. Now what we got now and day is options. We got options now, and this is what I like.
Yeah.
We got options. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm a bit heartbroken, to be honest, that Harvey Elliott's going to Villa. I'm a bit heartbroken.
Yeah.
I really like that kid. I think that,
Harvey Elliott is a Liverpool fan first and foremost, so he loves the club, and it was his dream move to come to us.
oh yeah,
He's always given 100%, you know, and you can't ask no more of him. But for whatever reason, even this season, you know, he still is just getting that couple of minutes coming on at the end. You know, for some reason, whatever it is, whether it's the physicality side of him, because he's obviously quite short and he's a bit, you know, he's not one of the stronger ones. I don't know whether that's the reason or what it is, but or he's not quick enough. Maybe I'm not sure, but whatever reason it is, Slot doesn't. I think he loves him. I just don't think he fits or whatever, for whatever reason. Slot doesn't feel, he feels there's players above him, is what I'm trying to say, really. And so he's always down that pecking order. And I guess with that in mind, for the young lad, for the best of his career, because he's too good to be sitting on the bench and stuff.
Yeah, it is,
I think it's still probably the best for him, really. You know, it's a shame because I'm like you. I love Harvey Elliott. I think he's been a wonderful player. You know, and like you say, he always gives all. But Slot sets a very, very high bar.
I mean, you got to think of what's. I mean, obviously, we're going to be heartbroken. There's no doubt about that. We're going to be heartbroken. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, as you pointing out, we still got to think about what is actually good for the player's career. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it sitting on a bench? You know what I mean, for good majority of the time, and you know he's going to settle for that because he loves the club, or does he go out and play and get a chance to get into the England team? You know, I'm not saying he's going to get in there, but if he goes out and plays regularly, he's going to be put into a situation where, you know, he's got that chance. Do you know what I mean? So you can't really you can't really fault the move. You can't do that. But you're still heartbroken. You're still heartbroken, like any player. Do you know what I mean? Any player that loves the club. Do you know what I mean? You know, like Virgil van Dijk. You know what I mean? I'll be upset when he retires. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? He's just one of them ones. And as I said,
Liverpool Football Club, probably more than most, really, is like a family. And so, you know, whenever a player leaves and that kind of thing, like you say, like with Virg, when it comes time, we'll be really sad about it because we think of all the years he's given us, the fact he's given his all. And I actually think on the day we played the Community Shield, I say Charity Shield, they used to call it that, but the Community Shield, he didn't have a particularly great game, of course. But from there, he said to himself, nah, this isn't Virg, I've got to step up. And for the whole of this season, for these early games, he's been absolutely immense, man. He said to himself, nah, I'm stepping up here. This is not, you know, I want to. And that's what I love about him. You know, is not only does he have the ability, of course, but he just has that. He's the captain, and he wants to lead by example.
He's got that mentality in it. He's got that mentality that say, you know, I believe in.
And I'm sure he had a couple of chats with Konate, because Konate didn't start too well, as you know, as we saw. We mentioned the other day even, but he was absolutely incredible yesterday. I mean, I'm not even. I don't even think, I might be wrong, but I don't think that's an injury he's got there. I reckon that's a dead leg.
He was just giving.
I've not heard anything, but the way he came off with that, the way he's holding his leg, I've seen it before. It's like a dead leg, you know, which means you can overcome that quite quickly, hopefully.
Has he gone on international duty?
Eh?
Has he gone on international duty?
I don't know, you know. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I know that he was getting a scan for it, but I haven't heard any more back about it. But just looking at it myself, I just thought, that looks like a dead leg to me, but I don't know. It might be, it might not be, but yeah.
I don't know.
So anyway, nothing really happening for Liverpool at the moment. We're still waiting on this Gahey deal to finally go through.
Yeah. Let me refresh.
The thing is, they were saying that they were kind of mentioning that they actually stopped the medical at one point, is what I heard, while they were dealing with this other player that wasn't going to sign for him, go to West Ham or whatever. And I think to myself, you can't do that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there was talk about that, but then somebody coming out and said, "No, you can't stop a medical."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't. You can't. It's gone too far.
The guy said, like, as far as I know, that he's already had the medical. You know what I mean? So
he'd be taking it too far, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
really?
Like this guy called Amir is one Asian lad who lives in France. He's got his starting lineup for 25-26, and it's Becker, Frimpong, Gay, Virgil, Kirkes. In midfield is Gravenberch and McAllister. On the right is Mo Salah. On the left is Gapper, Wirtz, and Isaac. Oh my word! That's just too tasty, black. That's too tasty. Seriously, you know that, that. Just wait till freaking Atletico Madrid come to Anfield. Oh, they're getting smacked up.
I can't wait. I can't wait till we go to Old Trafford, and he scores down. He scores down at the at the main end there, and Stretford end, yeah. And then he turns around and goes off and they'll get behind me. Oh, can you imagine that?
Listen, man. And the thing is about it, it's the midfield that we got. It's so industrial. You know what I mean? That the man's scoring goals, man. That man's going to score goals. His first goal for Liverpool, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. And he scored on his debut against us. Did you know that?
Yes.
His debut for Newcastle was against us. And when he scored that goal, I thought, blimey, he looks calm in front of goal. I thought, this guy looks really something else, And then as I got to see him more and more and more, I just wanted him I wanted him for a couple of years. I mean, I just think he's brilliant.
Especially that goal he scored.
Isak, I'm so pleased we got him.
I think the second goal he scored was a good goal, but it was offside. Remember that when the second one he scored, he was cutting from the left. I think he came from cutting from the left, but it was offside. But that was a fucking fantastic goal, man. He just took it and just curled in. I thought, oh my god, we're 2-0 down. I was like, you know what? It was a thing. It was offside, but he's just a quality player. He's a quality player, and then obviously he got them like
the thing is. The thing is, he's got it all because he can hold up the play, he can set up play, he can dribble, he can shoot, he's got it all. He can move into space, and as I said before, when he goes into that box, everything calms down for him, and he's just so cool with his finishing. It's so he can have players trying to tackle him, defenders around him or whatever, but he just knows exactly what he's going to do and he does it. And that's what I love about him.
He's a quality player.
So I don't know. There's some
breaking news.
Yeah. Well, it's this one here that says about. Hang on a minute. It says here, breaking news: Mark Gahey's proposed deal to Crystal Palace looks in jeopardy as talks between the centre back and manager Oliver Glasner continue to make a final decision. And that's coming from David Ornstein.
Yeah, he's not.
But I don't know if that was earlier on. I don't know if that was earlier on or what. But
the things about it, yesterday, like, because what was supposed to be said before, obviously much earlier on today, before he went to go to his medical and that, he said Oliver Glasner was saying if Gahey leaves, and you know, if Gay gets sold, yeah, he said he's leaving. He said, like Leslie said, I'm gonna walk. And I think to myself, well, you know what? If they do manage to sort of like keep Mark Gay in that, if they do manage to keep him, right, but next season he goes on a free, well, Gazza needs to get sacked. He needs to get sacked because you had a chance of getting.
Apparently, I heard earlier that his contract himself, Glasner's, is up next year, and he hasn't signed a new one. So if it continues, so he himself is even going to leave next year. So by the looks of it, maybe it feels like it's time for him to move on, whatever. But
how can you want to keep a guy right? How can you want to keep a guy at your club, right? Which can potentially at the end of the day go on a free next summer. How can you want to do that? Do you know what I mean? You get me? It doesn't make any sense. Do you know what I mean? While you're in there trying to oppose this thing and think that, because far as I was knowing and thinking that, right, the deal's been done, it's been agreed. 35 million, 10% sell-on clause and stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, so this still really at the end of the day has been done. You understand?
Yeah.
Right. So him kicking up some fuss now, it just don't make sense.
No.
So leave it well alone, mate. Yeah, leave it well alone. You know,
yeah,
but I
exactly.
still think he comes. I think 6 o'clock we get an announcement that he's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I reckon. Yeah.
I'm too far.
All right, mate. I'm going to shoot off now because I've got to go out soon, actually. But I want to thank you so much again for coming on. You're a star, you are, Uncle. You know, always coming on with me, and I hate going on my. I hate going on my own. I love to, you know, I work better with other people, so I think that's just me.
Yeah.
And you know, so you're my G.
Listen, don't mention it. Don't mention it. If any time that I'm free, and you ask me to come on the show, I'm there. Do you know what I mean? Anytime I'm available. If I'm available, I don't see why not. I can't come on the show. Do you know what I mean? I don't see why not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So listen, I enjoy coming on the show, and we talk some things about Liverpool, which are facts. We're not like this fake fans. We know what a fan is supposed to be. Do you know what I mean? We know things. Do you know what I mean? We've been in the business too long to give people BS, to BS people. We've been in it too long. And we I would say I'm too long in the tooth for all that rubbish. You know what I mean?
Me too.
So that's what I'm saying. Anytime that you need me on the show, if I'm available, I'm on there, mate. Don't worry about it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Uncle. Yeah.
Okay,
well, let's hope we get we will. And you know, and then I say these, mainly that one really with Gahey. And I just can't wait now till I see Isak in a Liverpool shirt. You know, that's what I'm waiting for. What number do you think he'll have? Someone was saying earlier that he's taking the number 27 shirt. I thought, can't be the 27 shirt. He must be taking the 9 shirt.
He was 27. He was 27. Was there anybody before 27?
Don't know. Not sure. But
he's not.
But they were mentioning it on Jamie Phillips's channel. There was people messaging in saying apparently he's taken the 27 shirt, and I thought to myself, that don't make no sense to me. You know, I mean, because the number 9's free, isn't it? You'd have thought he'd go for 9, but he's been wearing 14. But I think Chiesa wears number 14, so I'm not too sure he can have that one. But but number 9, I think he can. You know, that's the traditional number, isn't it?
He should be. He should be able to get that. To get the number 9 T-shirt. And do you know he talks like he's from London? You know that. If you listen you've heard him speak.
Yeah.
He talks like he's from South London.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Serious, man.
Yeah, his English is absolutely perfect. It's amazing English he's got. You know, really.
Even the other guy was named Elanga, the other Swedish guy.
Yeah.
Elanga's paid for Newcastle, right? Well, formerly of Forest. Well, formerly of Man United, actually. When he's come from Man United.
Yeah.
Even him, he talks like a Londoner as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully in about hopefully we should hear some good news soon. So I am gonna be watching the I'm gonna be literally watching sort of like Sky Sports if you know any late news and
definitely,
Well,
I think we're going to have a great season. We're going to have an exciting season. I reckon a great season. And Man United are going
down. And you know what I'm doing? You know what I'm doing next month? I'm booking a hotel for the end of season parade. You know what I mean? Yeah. Book it. So obviously book it so like I can pay. I have to pay when I get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so if anything happens that we don't expect to happen, and I can just
nice
cancel.
Nice one.
Yeah. But I'm going to do that still because I think at the day, right, that we're not just going to be celebrating league. I think we're going to be celebrating Europe as well. I think it's going to be a double whammy.
I reckon that as well. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, then, bro.
All right, man. All right, then. So, anyway, guys, smash the likes, like and subscribe. And, thanks for joining me and Uncle. And we'll see you on a stream again soon.
Yeah, very soon. Take care, guys. You never walk alone.
All right, then. Yeah. Thanks, Uncle.
Bye-bye now.